Hello, this is Joshua Martin, Media Director at Final Frontiers, and I wanted to give you an update this year on what's happening with Ernest Season 2. It's been an entire year process, and I just want to tell you a little bit about what's going on. It's been a rough time, but we are still in full swing. We are still in the process of trying to get this out for you. This season is about 3 times as long. It's a much bigger story that we're trying to tell. A lot more little plot twists here and there, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. If you remember at the end of Season 1, we kind of threw out a teaser that Ernest had washed up on shore at some desert island. And so the first several episodes, you're going to see how he deals with that and being alone with God and God trying to get a hold of his heart before he comes back in. And then there's more service and there's more just daily missionary routine of what takes place and what he has to go through. But we're also throwing in family into this. You're meeting 2 of his brothers and his sister. One of his brothers is a real problem, and so anyone out there who has, especially if you've got little kids and they fight each other, brothers, sisters, whatever, this will be a good season to be able to show them, hey, if Ernest can handle his brother, which is worst case scenario, then you can handle your sister, you can handle your brother. We are introducing another brother of Ernest he's like a health, wealth, and prosperity teacher. And so he doesn't think much like Ernest at all. They are diametrically opposed in a lot of their doctrine and their beliefs. There's also his sister, which we introduced in Screening Room, Penelope. She was going to Paris to try to teach English, and she has a very overactive imagination, which is a lot of fun. You're going to see her in several different scenarios of what she's imagining while she's trying to minister to people. So a lot of this has to do with trying to balance ministry with family and just the life of a missionary and the hardships that he's going through, and he just feels like he has a target on his back. And a lot of it's comical, but there's also a lot of adventure. We're trying to give you a lot of adventure. We have taken pains to try to location scout, and I have shot in areas many hours away, but really throughout the whole season of this, you're seeing Ernest slowly getting whittled down. And I know a lot of missionaries feel that way, a lot of people in ministry feel that way, and a lot of us in general feel that way in whatever job that we have. He's just coming to the end of himself. So by the end of it, you're seeing him really hit bottom, but then be lifted back up in the hope of the Lord at the very end, which will then lead into the story that we want to tell for season 3. You know, the first year, we tried to shoot everything as simple as possible, as quick as possible, and get it out. It was still very difficult, but we shot it. This year's a lot different because halfway through Screening Room, we were able to get some new mic equipment. We were able to start upgrading our lighting and things like that. And so we tested it in Honduras when we tried to give you the Honduras special. So we have more equipment, much more, to try to handle and keep clean. And oftentimes, because of the virus, that slowed everything down to the point where a lot of times it was just me. And so you can imagine how many trips that takes to load up the vehicle, take it out, take the mic equipment out, take the sound equipment, take the lighting out, take props, all of that. And then trying to keep track of whether Ernest is, what length of hair he has, how much tan he has. When he comes off the island, he's tanned. In the beginning of the story, he's not. Everything is storyboarded and organized the best that we possibly can because it is shot completely out of order. Weather is unpredictable. You shoot half of it and then you come back and shoot half of it again later. And so you have to match that up in the right time of day, and sometimes you can't get the actors. And because of the time constraints and you're waiting on people or you're waiting on help or you have no help and you just go ahead and film and you just have to shoot it, whatever you can grab at the time. Very rarely I've had someone come out and help just one person at a time, or maybe I can get one actor at a time. Jason Dover was a big help, and he's playing the brother as well. He came up and spent a whole week. We were pestered by a black bear during that time. It was breaking into our tents. It was coming and trying to steal food. And God kept the rain off of us every day. One day, all the way up to the point where we got the last shot that we needed. I can remember coming into town and it just pouring rain, but he kept it off of us when we were out there. So we've seen miracles like that. But it's amazing. Sometimes I need a snake for a shot, and I go out and I actually had the snake crawl right out of the path and right between my legs. It's just right there. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, well, there it is. And I can use this snake. Or a turtle, when I say, Lord, I really need a turtle for this shot, that I want to put an extra animal in there, a lizard or something. I go out and there's the turtle right there in my path, and I say, you must be it. Sometimes there's huge blessings. Just yesterday I was going to get some seats from some old cars in a salvage yard. The man was a Christian, his secretary was a Christian. They learned about Final Frontiers, and he just donated 2 car seats to let me go out there, pick them. He said, my salvage yard is your salvage yard. And that was in Sandersville, Lee's Brake and Automotive. That was such a blessing yesterday. I was just so thankful God giving me something that was just donated. So much is filmed at this point. Episode 1 and 6, I think, have the most missing chunks out of it, and we're trying to finish that as best that I can right now. We really ask for your prayers. We want to get this out to you. I think it will be very exciting. I'm hoping to get another trailer out soon, but I really believe that it's going to be worth it. I believe that you're going to be able to see the struggles that missionaries go through. You're going to feel for them. You know better how to pray for them. These are things that they go through all the time. Even though Ernest has bad luck, he's a little more accident prone. Worst case scenarios happen to him. He's the underdog. But he gives you someone to think about. Missionaries have told me since season 1 came out and since the Honduras trip came out that we go through these things, and I know because I've been there. I hope this will be something that can encourage you to give to missions. So I want to encourage you that Ernest season 2 is still in full swing. It has just been very difficult this year because of not having the personnel. So if any of you out there want to come and help for a day, there's still scenes that need to be done. If any of you want to donate financially, if any of you want to help us, or any of you want to be actors in it, anybody out there, please let me know. Please contact me, contact us at Final Frontiers. It's coming out as quick as I can possibly do it, and I do believe that this season will make an impact, and it'll be very adventurous, very comical, heartwarming, all at the same time. And the message itself, I think, will be pertinent, and I think it'll encourage us. Remember during this time, all the struggles that you've had and all the things that we've been going through as a nation, these things are happening all over the world. And our missionaries, our national preachers out there are going through so much. We're in contact with them. We hear from them personally. And sometimes it's really sad stories. I mean, sometimes it makes us cry. And other times we're just grateful that we can be a help in some small way. And that's what keeps us going. And so we are so grateful for your financial help, just giving to the needs of this ministry, giving to so many aspects of this ministry and the national preachers that are around the world. And we are continuing to do that full steam. So thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you for your support.